What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Formulate Wellness. My name is Kyle Granite. I'm 31 years old and I'm a sports medicine physical therapist. So before we get too much into the channel itself, I want to give you all a little bit of background information about myself and how I got into health and fitness. So all of my life I've played sports and trained on and off. In high school, I played mostly baseball. I ran cross country. I played basketball 1 year and football. But during that time, my junior year, I sustained an inguinal hernia, basically a small tear in the lower abdomen that allows your intestines to protrude outward and push up against your skin. So yeah, needless to say, I got that taken care of, and then senior year I was able to resume sports and stuff like that. When I went to college, I was able to get into a very good routine as far as working out. I was studying integrative biology at that time. I wanted to do dentistry, but after working out for a year hard, my priorities changed and I really enjoyed muscles, tendons, and bones more. So I switched over to kinesiology, where I currently hold a degree in fitness and human performance. So yeah, I trained hard until bam, one day I looked down and on the other side of my pelvis down there above, I had another protrusion, another inguinal hernia. So yeah, that kind of slowed me down as far as lifting again, and I just lifted to stay in somewhat decent shape, not really increase my numbers, and stay healthy. So shortly after, I was accepted into physical therapy school. I went to school at the University of St. Augustine in Austin, Texas. And I was able to continue to kind of train on and off, but I mostly did kayak fishing at that time just because my intestines would protrude more and more, and it became more painful. Anytime I would eat a big meal, I would have a big bulge when that portion of food went through the intestines where my hernia was. So yeah, I didn't push it too crazy. After I graduated, I immediately started working at North Oaks Health Systems, where I work now still as a physical therapist. So I didn't want to get surgery immediately when I began working. So I continued to, again, train on and off, nothing super stringent, for about a year until I was able to get my hernia finally repaired. So about that time, after I got my hernia repaired, me and my wife at that time had bought a big house in Mandeville, way too much for what we needed. So I was constantly renovating it, so that didn't leave me a ton of time to train. And then, as life goes, things happen financially, and we ended up selling the home and building a new home. So during this time, we went through some stuff in our marriage, and things became more sporadic. So, during that time, again, I wasn't training consistently. We had a young son at that time, and my wife at the time was pregnant with our daughter as well. So a couple months after that, I was finally able to settle into a good workout routine. However, at that time, things didn't work out between me and my wife. And just to give you all a heads up, we are currently going through a divorce. Letting you know that, again, just to be honest, I want y'all to be, friends. I want y'all to follow along this journey with me. I really care for y'all, and, I hope to develop a close relationship, and I want to tell y'all everything. But yeah, so what you'll see in the future is possibly some discrepancies in location as far as, the house I was living in with my wife at the time, and I am currently living with my parents. So yeah, just to kind of get that out the way. So yeah, now that we have some of the background information out the way, and kind of what's going on in my life, let's talk about the actual channel. So I'm sure at this time y'all are wondering what in the heck is up with that thumbnail. So on one side it looks like I'm a couple missed meals away from not being with us anymore, and then on the other side of the screen I can't fit.
Damn, boy, he's thick. Boy, that's a thick ass boy.
So yeah, what that was is basically, let's call it a diet vacation and experiment, and let's say a business strategy. Despite being inconsistent with my weight training over the past couple years, I've always been pretty regimented as far as my diet, eating a decent amount of calories, micro and macronutrients to stay in shape. However, I did have an itch to kind of go off the rails with my diet, and I saw it as a good opportunity to, demonstrate how my diet principles work. So I allowed myself to eat whatever I wanted over the past 6 months, to basically allow myself to get up to 209 pounds, which is what the creature y'all see in the thumbnail is. Just to give y'all a little bit of insight, I normally sit around 178 to 180 pounds. That's a comfortable body weight for me. So basically I was 30 pounds away from where I was comfortable. And during that time, it wasn't a waste. I did put on a significant amount of muscle, but man, I put on way too much fat with it just because of how fast I put on weight. I won't do that again. So the second 6 months after I gained all that weight, it was basically all dieting. I wanted to get down to single digit body fat. So as far as like my frame, I'm tall, I'm a little bit over 6 feet, but I'm also pretty wiry. You know, I have an athletic build. I don't have big blocky joints or anything. So I always maintain somewhat of an athletic lean build. So single digit body fat is really low body weight for me. So over the next 6 months, I basically slowly dieted down until I hit my lowest of 152 pounds. So yeah, basically the second 6 months I dropped from 209 pounds all the way down to 152 pounds using my flexible dieting principles, we'll call them that I use for clients at FormulateWellness.com. And not to brag or anything, but see that right there? That is my favorite food. I love ice cream. And I was able to eat ice cream every single night on my diet. So I guess now's a time for a shameless plug. Y'all check out FormulateWellness.com for all of your nutritional or workout needs. If you don't know what you need, feel free to reach out to me at FormulateWellness@gmail.com. We can schedule a consultation and talk about your needs before you purchase anything. So as for the direction of this YouTube channel, obviously this is a health and wellness related channel, so we're going to do training videos, nutrition videos, cooking, and all of the normal fitness stuff. However, some extras that I would like to add specifically is I want to do some eating challenges along with traveling stuff. I think that would be pretty cool to incorporate nutrition and training with those things as well. Another thing I would like to cover on this channel is mental health. I do believe it is a spectrum and you should take a holistic approach to all of this. Not only your physical health, but also if your mental and emotional health are not in check, you're not gonna have a good time. And finally, just to come back around and kind of give y'all an idea of why you should watch me and possibly listen to me. Obviously, you don't have to, but I do think I have some good things to offer. Being a physical therapist for over 4 years and working with patients, it's honestly not much more different than going into a gym and being a personal trainer. In the clinic, you're doing the same thing. You're challenging the musculature. You're making adaptations with strength, endurance, stabilization, all of that stuff. The only thing you're doing is taking into account possible range of motion limitations, post-operative protocol limitations, and pain, and working around that and finding different ways to challenge the musculature without increasing pain and slowly increasing the patient's physical capacity over time. Another thing that people don't understand is a lot of times when you are working with patients, it's not only physical therapy, it's absolutely mental therapy as well. Obviously, I'm not a mental therapist. I cannot tell you to take my recommendations. I can just tell you that a lot of my patients who come in, they're depressed. They can't do the things they want to anymore as far as hobbies. Some of them are losing money because they're unable to work due to their disabilities and limitations at that time. So again, it's incorporating the whole spectrum into your treatment. Just talking to those people, listening to them, kind of helping them out with the mental aspect of things as well as the physical. So, from that angle, I do think I have some interesting perspective to offer to y'all. As of right now, recording this video, it is early November, so that's going to kind of affect the content of this channel. So right now, I am on a slow lean bulk, aiming to put on 3 to 4 pounds per month at max over the next 6 months, just so I can continue to, put on muscle and get back to a healthier weight. So that means we're going to be doing some nutritional videos, some training videos. I'll be teaching y'all how to find your maintenance calories and increase them slightly in order to put on muscle without getting too fat. I previously just traveled to the Carolinas last weekend, shot a budget travel video that basically tells you how to travel budget consciously while staying on a diet and hitting your fitness goals. So I'm super excited to share that with y'all. Man, I had an amazing time. And yeah, we'll probably have a couple food challenges coming up as well. So that's what you can look forward to with this channel. Again, I just want to say thank y'all to everybody for sticking around in the video this long. I truly appreciate y'all, and I hope you can continue to support me and the channel. I do think we're going to do some big things and transform a lot of people's lives. I love every single one of y'all. Thank you again for the support, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.